What if I told you that most people live their entire lives as background characters in someone else's story? They seek validation, they crave approval, they shape their existence around what others think. But here's the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you. No one truly cares if you succeed or fail. It's all on you. This is where true power begins, when you stop waiting for permission and start being your own priority. Focus on yourself, work in silence, move with intention. This is not just self-improvement. This is self-mastery. Welcome to Stoic Techniques, where we break down the principles of Stoicism, dark psychology, and high-performance mindset to help you control your emotions, dominate your mindset, and master life on your terms. If you're serious about becoming untouchable, mentally, emotionally, and physically, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Now, let's get into it. Here are 10 powerful lessons that will shift your mind. Number 1. The power of being selfish the right way. Most people misunderstand selfishness. They think putting themselves first is wrong, as if prioritizing their own needs makes them arrogant, cold, or inconsiderate. But the truth is, self-prioritization is the foundation of strength, independence, and success. The world belongs to those who know their worth and refuse to be controlled by the expectations of others. Look around you. How many people are trapped in the cycle of seeking approval? They shape their actions, their words, and even their dreams based on what others think. They bend over backward for validation, sacrificing their own ambitions just to fit in. And for what? A temporary sense of belonging? A fleeting moment of external approval that disappears the second people lose interest. Principle 1. No one will prioritize you if you don't. This is one of life's greatest truths. If you don't make yourself a priority, no one else will. The world will take as much from you as you allow. People will drain your time, your energy, and your focus if you let them. If you don't set boundaries, the world will set them for you. And trust me, they will not be in your favor. Marcus Aurelius once said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." Let that sink in. If you spend your life fulfilling other people's expectations instead of pursuing your own greatness, you will never be truly free. So why do most people struggle with this? Because they are conditioned to seek external validation. They fear rejection. They fear being alone. But here's the brutal truth. Most people don't actually care about you. They are too focused on themselves. The opinions you worry about today will be forgotten by tomorrow. If you live for the approval of others, you will die from their rejection. Dark psychology. Tip: detach from the need to be liked. The moment you stop seeking validation, you become dangerous. When people can no longer predict your actions, they no longer have control over you. This is why powerful individuals, CEOs, world leaders, and high-level strategists are not people-pleasers. They understand that seeking approval is a weakness. When you prioritize yourself, two things happen. People start respecting you, not because you demand it, but because they sense your self-worth. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. When people can't read you, they can't manipulate you. This is not about being selfish in a negative way. This is about recognizing that your time, energy, and mind are your greatest assets. Protect them at all costs. The ultimate mindset shift. Stop explaining yourself. Stop justifying your moves. You do not owe the world an explanation for choosing yourself. When you make yourself the priority, the weak will call you arrogant. The insecure will say you've changed. Let them. Their opinions have no impact on your destiny. If you're done living for others and ready to take control, comment, "I am my own priority." Now let's move on to section 2. Why working in silence is the most powerful move you can make. Number 2, work in silence. Let results make the noise. Most people are addicted to attention. They love to talk about their goals, their plans, their struggles, and their ambitions. They post about it, they seek validation, and they crave recognition before they've even accomplished anything. But here's the harsh truth. Talking about your success does nothing. Only results matter. The most dangerous people in the world are the ones who move in silence. They don't announce their plans, they just execute. By the time people notice them, it's already too late. The work is done, the victory is secured, and everyone else is left wondering how they did it. So the question is, do you want attention, or do you want results? Because you can't have both. Principle 2. Silence is power. History has proven that those who achieve true success do not waste time explaining themselves. The greatest strategists, Marcus Aurelius, Sun Tzu, Machiavelli, understood one thing. Control your emotions, control your actions, and most importantly, control your words. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not waste what remains of your life in speculating about your neighbors, unless with a view to some mutual benefit." This means stop talking, stop seeking approval, focus on the mission, not the validation. How many times have you told people about your big plans, only to lose motivation shortly after? That's because talking about a goal tricks your brain into feeling like you've already accomplished it. The dopamine rush from people praising your ideas makes you feel satisfied, so you stop pushing as hard. Instead of feeding your ego, feed your discipline. Here's a brutal reality check. The more you talk about your plans, the weaker you become. The world does not need to know about your next move. Your ambitions should be yours alone until they become reality. Dark psychology. Tip: stay unpredictable. People can't sabotage what they don't know about. People can't block opportunities they never see coming. When you keep your work silent, 3 things happen. People underestimate you. Good. Use that to your advantage. You eliminate distractions. No one can discourage you if they don't know what you're doing. You maintain control. The less people know, the more they have to guess. And uncertainty makes others uncomfortable. The less they know, the more you win. In the 48 Laws of Power, Robert Greene explains this perfectly. Never reveal everything. People are drawn to mystery. The more they try to figure you out, the more powerful you become. This is why some of the most powerful individuals in the world rarely give interviews, rarely explain their actions, and rarely let anyone see their full game plan. They control information, they control perception, and because of that, they control everything. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They post about their plans. They tell everyone what they're working on. They seek approval before taking action. Here's what strong people do. They work in silence. They let their results do the talking. They only speak when it's time to collect the rewards. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. The lion doesn't have to announce its hunt. The kill speaks for itself. When you move in silence, by the time they see you winning, it's already too late for them to stop you. If you believe in silent success, comment below. My results will speak for me. Next up, Section 3, the power of emotional detachment. Why controlling your emotions is the key to winning at life. Number 3, the power of emotional detachment. Master. Your emotions master your life. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They react impulsively, letting anger, jealousy, and fear control their actions. They argue over meaningless things. They get distracted by people who don't matter. They let small inconveniences ruin their entire day. But here's the reality. Your emotions are your biggest weakness if you don't control them. The most powerful people in history were not the ones who reacted emotionally. They were the ones who remained calm when others panicked. The ones who kept their composure when chaos surrounded them. The ones who moved with logic, not impulse. If you want to be truly unstoppable, you must develop emotional detachment, the ability to stay rational no matter the situation. Principle 3. Control your emotions or they will control you. Most people let their emotions dictate their decisions. which is why they fail. They get offended easily. They let anger cloud their judgment. They take everything personally. They react instead of thinking. But reacting emotionally is the fastest way to lose power. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, understood this better than anyone. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is what separates the strong from the weak." The weak let external things control them, insults, failures, rejections, other people's opinions. The strong understand that nothing has power over them unless they allow it to. Here's a brutal truth. The person who can control their emotions can control any situation. If someone insults you and you react angrily, they win. They made you lose control. But if you remain calm and indifferent, they lose power over you. This is emotional detachment in action. It's not about being cold or uncaring. It's about choosing logic over impulse. Dark psychology. Tip: indifference is a weapon. Indifference is one of the most powerful psychological weapons you can use. If someone tries to provoke you and you don't react, they feel powerless. If someone insults you and you smile, they feel confused. If someone expects an emotional reaction and you stay calm, they lose control. The greatest manipulators in history, Machiavelli, Napoleon, even modern business leaders, understood that emotion makes people weak. The moment you get emotional, you become predictable. And predictability makes you easy to control. The moment you detach, you become unreadable. And when people can't read you, they fear you. The ultimate mindset shift. If you want to be in control, you must master 3 things. Your anger. Never react when you're mad. If you lose control, you lose the fight. Your ego. Not everything deserves your attention. Sometimes silence is the best response. Your attachment. Never get too attached to anything, situations, people, or outcomes. The more attached you are, the weaker you become. Winners think logically. Losers think emotionally. Here's what weak people do. They overreact to everything. They let words affect them. They dwell on things they can't change. Here's what strong people do. They observe, but don't react. They control their emotions, no matter what happens. They stay calm in situations that make others panic. The strongest person in the room is always the one who is least reactive. When you master your emotions, you master the world. If you believe in emotional control, comment below. My mind is stronger than my emotions. Next up, Section 4. Why you must become an observer. The power of watching without reacting. Number 4. Become an observer. The power of watching without reacting. Most people are too quick to speak, too quick to react, and too quick to assume. They walk into a room and instantly want to be heard. They respond to every little thing, argue over pointless discussions, and expose their weaknesses by making everything personal. But the truly powerful don't react. They observe. They listen more than they speak. They analyze before they act. And because of this, they always have the advantage. What separates the strong from the weak? The weak want attention. The strong want information. If you want to master your mind and dominate every interaction, you must become an observer. Principle 4. Control the game by watching the players. Imagine walking into a room full of people. The weak immediately try to impress others. They start talking, laughing loudly, showing off, desperate to prove their worth. The strong, they say nothing. They scan the room. They watch how people interact. They analyze body language. They listen to conversations. And in just a few minutes, they learn everything they need to know. Who's confident, who's insecure, who's pretending, and who's actually in control. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, understood this power. He said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." If you learn to observe before you act, you will never be caught off guard again. Why do most people fail at this? Because they're impatient. They feel the need to speak, to react, to prove something. They don't realize that true power is in restraint. The one who listens holds the most knowledge. The one who watches sees the full picture. The one who speaks last controls the conversation. This is why the most powerful people in the world say the least. They don't waste words, they don't overshare, and they don't make their next move obvious. Dark psychology. Tip. People reveal everything if you stay silent. Here's a secret. The less you speak, the more people reveal. People hate silence. If you stay quiet, they will try to fill the silence, exposing their insecurities, weaknesses, and true intentions. If you let people talk long enough, they will tell you exactly who they are without realizing it. The moment you stop being reactive, you gain power over every conversation. Try this experiment. The next time someone insults you or tries to provoke you, say nothing. Just stare at them. Observe their body language. Watch how uncomfortable they become. You'll notice something powerful. They expect a reaction. They expect you to get emotional. But when you stay calm, they lose control. This is the power of observation. When you don't react, you make others react to you. The ultimate mindset shift. Most people live on autopilot. They react without thinking. They let their emotions dictate their actions. They jump into conversations without strategy. Here's what weak people do. They talk too much. They react emotionally to everything. They expose their thoughts before they even understand the situation. Here's what strong people do. They listen more than they speak. They analyze before they act. They control the game by watching the players. One of the most powerful strategies you can use is the 3-second rule. Before you respond to anything, pause for 3 seconds. This gives your brain time to process, stops you from reacting emotionally. It forces the other person to second-guess themselves. The strongest person in any room is the one who is least reactive. The less they know about what you think, the stronger you become. When you observe more than you react, you see the truth before anyone else does. If you believe in the power of observation, comment below. I control the game by watching the players. Next up, Section 5, the art of moving in silence. Why your next move should be unknown. Number 5, the art of moving in silence. Why your next move should be unknown. Most people make a fatal mistake. They announce their plans before they even take the first step. They share their goals, their ambitions, and their strategies with anyone who will listen. But here's the harsh truth. When people know your next move, they can stop you. Think about it. Every time you share your plans, some people will secretly hope you fail. Some will try to talk you out of it. Some will steal your ideas and move faster than you. This is why the most powerful people in history mastered the art of moving in silence. They don't tell the world what they're going to do. They just do it. Principle 5, protect your energy by staying quiet. Success is like a flame. The more you talk about it, the more people try to blow it out. Most people won't support you. They'll pretend they care, but deep down, they don't want to see you win. They fear your growth because it reminds them of their own failures. When you start working on yourself, they'll say, "You've changed." When you focus on your goals, they'll say, "Don't take life so seriously." When you stay quiet about your plans, they'll say, "Why are you being secretive?" They want you to stay the same. Your growth threatens their comfort. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, understood this well. He said, "Never allow your mind to be a slave to what others say." What does this mean? It means stop looking for validation. Stop waiting for people to approve of your goals. Move in silence. Here's why keeping quiet is a power move. If no one knows what you're building, no one can destroy it. If no one knows your next move, no one can stop it. If no one knows your vision, no one can manipulate it. Your biggest enemy is exposure. The more people know, the more vulnerable you become. The strongest warriors don't show their battle plans before the war. They move strategically, without warning, without announcement. Dark psychology. Tip: the power of mystery. One of the most intimidating things in the world is an unpredictable person. If people don't know what you're thinking, they become uncomfortable. If they don't know what you're planning, they become nervous. If they don't know your next move, they have no control over you. Try this experiment. The next time someone asks about your plans, say nothing specific. If they ask about your goals, just say, "I'm working on something big." If they ask how things are going, just say, "You'll see soon." Watch how people react. They'll get curious. Some will get frustrated. Some will feel threatened. This is because mystery is power. The more they have to guess, the more they worry about what you're doing. And in that worry, you gain control. When people can't read you, they can't predict you. When they can't predict you, they fear you. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They tell everyone about their goals. They look for validation before taking action. They seek approval instead of progress. Here's what strong people do. They keep their goals private. They take action without seeking approval. They let results speak louder than words. Success doesn't need an audience. It needs discipline. The lion doesn't announce when it's hunting. The general doesn't reveal battle plans before the war. The master strategist moves in silence, then strikes when the time is right. Your next move should be unknown to everyone but you. If you believe in silent moves, comment below. My next move will be unknown. Next up, Section 6. Power of isolation. Why separating yourself will change your life. Number 6. Solitude is the breeding ground for greatness. If you look at history, every powerful figure spent long periods alone. Marcus Aurelius journaled in solitude, refining his thoughts and shaping the Stoic principles that made him legendary. Nikola Tesla worked in complete isolation, rejecting distractions to develop ideas that changed the world. Steve Jobs took long walks alone, using the silence to create world-changing innovations. Why is isolation crucial for success? It removes distractions. You can't build an empire while constantly entertaining people who add nothing to your life. It forces self-reflection. The more time you spend alone, the better you understand yourself. It builds resilience. When you stop depending on others for validation, you become truly unshakable. Weak people fear being alone. Strong people crave it. Most people live life trying to be included. They want to fit in, be liked, be part of something. But the reality is this: fitting in has never made anyone powerful. The strongest, most dominant individuals in history did the opposite. They separated themselves, focused on self-mastery, and then returned to the world as unstoppable forces. Dark psychology. Tip: the art of social detachment. One of the most powerful psychological weapons you can develop is detachment. Most people tie their emotions to others. They need approval, attention, and social interaction to feel complete. But this makes them weak. If you learn to detach from people, from their opinions, from their validation, you become untouchable. Here's how detachment makes you powerful. People don't know what affects you. This gives you control over interactions. You become unpredictable. When you don't react emotionally, others can't manipulate you. You stop wasting energy on the wrong people. Most relationships are distractions. The fewer attachments you have, the more energy you can invest in yourself. Here's the harsh truth. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time, your attention, or your energy. The more selective you become, the stronger you get. Try this experiment. For 1 week, cut out distractions. Stop mindlessly scrolling through social media. Stop answering messages instantly. Stop seeking social validation. Instead, spend that time working on yourself. Read, think, work, train. You'll notice something powerful. The more you detach, the stronger you become. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They constantly seek social interactions. They rely on others for motivation. They can't be alone with their own thoughts. Here's what strong people do. They spend time alone to sharpen their mind. They don't need constant validation. They use isolation as a tool for transformation. The truth is, the greatest version of you will never be built in a crowd. Lions don't travel in herds. They move alone. The strongest warriors train in solitude before entering battle. Masters don't seek company. They seek mastery. Most people waste their time trying to be seen, trying to be liked, trying to be everywhere at once. But power doesn't come from being everywhere. It comes from being in complete control of yourself. Separate yourself now so you can stand out later. The world rewards those who focus, those who cut distractions, those who are willing to walk alone. If you believe in the power of isolation, comment below. I grow stronger in solitude. Next up, Section 7. The importance of ruthless discipline. Why success belongs to the relentless. Number 7. The importance of ruthless discipline. Why success belongs to the relentless. Most people want success, but very few are willing to suffer for it. They want results, but they avoid the work. They want wealth, but they fear sacrifice. They want greatness, but they crave comfort. But here's the harsh truth. Without discipline, you are nothing. Discipline is what separates the weak from the strong, the talkers from the doers, the failures from the legends. It's not talent, luck, or intelligence that guarantees success. It's the ability to do the hard work, even when you don't feel like it. Most people rely on motivation, and that's why they fail. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will never achieve anything great. If you want to dominate in life, you must become ruthlessly disciplined. Principle 7. You are either a slave to discipline or a slave to regret. There are two types of people in this world. Those who suffer the pain of discipline. Those who suffer the pain of regret. One pain is temporary, the other pain lasts a lifetime. You must choose your pain. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being." This is how warriors think. They do not ask themselves, do I feel like working today? They simply do the work. Why is discipline more powerful than motivation? Motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. Discipline is logical. It stays with you. Motivation makes you feel good. Discipline makes you unstoppable. If you wait for motivation, you will always be waiting. But if you master discipline, you will always be winning. Dark psychology. Tip: pain is the ultimate fuel. Most people avoid pain. The powerful use it. The truth is, suffering is inevitable. You will either suffer from hard work or from failure. But the strong embrace the suffering. They use it as fuel. They understand that without struggle, there is no strength. Here's a brutal truth. The most successful people in the world are the ones who can suffer the most. The fighter who trains while his opponent sleeps will win. The businessman who grinds while others relax will dominate. The person who embraces pain will become unstoppable. If you train your mind to love discipline, you become dangerous. Try this experiment. The next time you feel tired, unmotivated, or lazy, push through it. Wake up early, even if you don't want to. Hit the gym, even when you feel weak. Work in silence, even when you feel like quitting. And then ask yourself, was the pain really that bad? What you will realize is this: the pain of discipline is never as bad as the pain of regret. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They quit when things get hard. They rely on motivation instead of discipline. They make excuses instead of executing. Here's what strong people do. They show up every day, no matter what. They push through pain and discomfort. They trust discipline over motivation. Discipline is not something you have, it's something you build. The bodybuilder wasn't born strong. He built himself through pain. The millionaire wasn't born rich. He built himself through sacrifice. The master wasn't born skilled. He built himself through relentless practice. Success doesn't care how you feel. Success only responds to effort. If you only work when you feel like it, you will always be at the mercy of your emotions. But if you train yourself to work no matter what, you will become untouchable. If you believe in ruthless discipline, comment below. Discipline over everything. Next up, Section 8, the power of mental toughness. How to become unbreakable in a weak world. Number 8, the strong control their minds. The weak, let their minds control them. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, understood this perfectly. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What does this mean? It means this. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can't control setbacks, but you can control whether you keep going. You can't control failures, but you can control whether you learn from them. Most people let external events dictate their emotions. If something bad happens, they break down. If things don't go their way, they give up. The mentally strong remain steady. They control their thoughts. They do not let temporary failures shake them. Why most people are weak? Most people are mentally weak because they have never trained their mind. They live life on autopilot, reacting emotionally to everything that happens. They let a bad day destroy their mood, a rude comment shake their confidence, a single failure convince them to quit forever. The truth is simple. If you can't handle pressure, you don't deserve success. Dark psychology. Tip: the power of emotional indifference. Weak people are easy to manipulate because they are too emotional. If they get insulted, they get angry. If they get rejected, they feel worthless. If they fail, they lose confidence. But strong people are emotionally indifferent. They don't take things personally. They don't react impulsively. They are in full control of their emotions. Here's why emotional detachment makes you powerful. People can't trigger you. When you don't react emotionally, others can't control you. You make logical decisions. Instead of acting on impulse, you think clearly. You become unpredictable. No one knows what affects you, so they fear you. Try this experiment. The next time someone insults you, say nothing. Don't react. Don't get defensive. Just observe. Watch how uncomfortable they become. They expect a reaction. When they don't get one, they lose power over you. Mental toughness is about choosing your responses wisely. Not everything deserves your energy. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They let failure discourage them. They complain about things they can't change. They react emotionally to everything. Here's what strong people do. They keep pushing, no matter how many times they fail. They focus only on what they can control. They train their minds to stay calm under pressure. Mental toughness is not something you are born with. It is something you build. The warrior wasn't born fearless. He became fearless through battle. The leader wasn't born confident. He became confident through struggle. The winner wasn't born strong. He became strong through failure. If you can master your mind, you can master anything. Most people break under pressure. The strong are forged by it. If you can train yourself to endure, to persist, to push through no matter what, you will reach a level that most people will never even understand. How to train mental toughness. If you want to develop an unbreakable mind, you must train it like a muscle. Do these things daily. Wake up early, even when you don't feel like it. Push through workouts, even when you're tired. Embrace discomfort instead of running from it. Control your emotions, no matter what happens. Every time you push through pain, you get stronger. Every time you endure discomfort, you become tougher. If you believe in mental toughness, comment below. I am unbreakable. Next up, Section 9. The power of patience. Why playing the long game always wins. Number 9. The power of patience. Why playing the long game always wins. Most people fail because they are impatient. They want instant results. They expect success overnight. They quit when things don't happen fast enough. But here's the truth. Anything truly great takes time. The weak seek shortcuts. The strong embrace the process. Patience is not just waiting. Patience is strategic endurance. It's the ability to keep pushing forward, even when results are invisible. Every successful person you admire, whether it's in business, fitness, or life, succeeded because they understood this one thing. Winning is about playing the long game. Principle 9. Impatience is the enemy of greatness. Most people live in a microwave mindset. They want everything fast. Fast success, fast money, fast results. But nothing real happens quickly. What happens when you rush the process? You make emotional decisions instead of logical ones. You give up too soon, right before success happens. You never build anything truly great. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "The mind that is anxious for the future is miserable." What does this mean? It means stop expecting immediate rewards. Fall in love with the process, not the outcome. Success doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the most patient. Dark psychology. Tip: delayed gratification is the ultimate power move. Most people can't handle delayed gratification. They spend money instead of investing it. They seek comfort instead of discipline. They quit when things get hard instead of enduring. But the strongest people train themselves to delay rewards. They understand that short-term sacrifice leads to long-term domination. Here's why delayed gratification makes you powerful. You stay focused on the bigger picture. You make better decisions, not emotional ones. You become unstoppable because you don't seek quick wins. Try this experiment. For 1 month, deny yourself instant gratification. Don't eat junk food. Wait for real meals. Don't waste money. Save it. Don't expect fast results. Trust the process. You'll notice something powerful. Your mind will get stronger. Your discipline will increase. You will begin thinking long-term instead of short-term. This is how powerful people operate. They sacrifice today so they can dominate tomorrow. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They chase instant rewards. They quit when things take too long. They never build anything meaningful. Here's what strong people do. They commit to long-term success. They embrace patience as a strategy. They trust the process, even when results are invisible. The truth is, most people fail because they give up too soon. The bodybuilder who stays consistent for years will win. The investor who plays the long game will get rich. The disciplined person who trusts the process will succeed. Success is not about speed. It's about persistence. If you can stay patient, you will outlast 99% of people. If you believe in patience and long-term success, comment below. I trust the process. Next up, Section 10, the final lesson, why you must always bet on yourself. Number 10, stop waiting for permission. Take what's yours. Most people live like spectators in their own lives. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for the right opportunity, the right mentor, the right conditions. Here's the harsh truth. There is no perfect time. No one is going to hand you success. No one will care about your dreams as much as you do. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, said, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." What does this mean? It means stop waiting. Start living. The world does not reward hesitation. If you hesitate, someone else will take your opportunity. If you doubt yourself, someone else will dominate you. If you wait, you will lose. You must bet on yourself, even when no one else does. Dark psychology. Tip: confidence is a decision, not a feeling. Most people think confidence is something you're born with. It's not. Confidence is a choice. If You act like you're confident, people will treat you like you are. If you move with certainty, people will believe in you. If you stop seeking approval, you will become unstoppable. The secret to winning? Act like you already have. Most people wait for external validation before they believe in themselves. Strong people create their own validation. Try this experiment. For 1 week, move with absolute confidence. Walk like you own the room. Speak like your words matter. Take action without hesitation. You'll notice something powerful. People will start treating you with more respect. You will attract more opportunities. You will feel in control of your life. The world believes in those who believe in themselves. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They wait for permission. They seek approval before they act. They doubt themselves constantly. Here's what strong people do. They bet on themselves, no matter what. They take action without hesitation. They trust their own ability to figure things out. No one will believe in you until you believe in yourself. The entrepreneur who wins is the one who never stops betting on himself. The fighter who wins is the one who never stops showing up. The leader who wins is the one who moves with confidence, even in the face of doubt. Your future is in your hands, no one else's. You have 2 choices. Keep waiting, hoping someone will hand you success. Take control, bet on yourself, and dominate. The second choice is the only real option. If you are ready to bet on yourself, comment below. I control my own destiny. Final words. This is just the beginning. You now have everything you need to change your life. Be your own priority. Work in silence and let results speak. Master emotional control. Detach from weak people and weak habits. Embrace ruthless discipline. Play the long game. Bet on yourself every single day. Most people will read this and do nothing. Don't be like most people. Take action. Move differently. Become a legend. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you are ready to take control of your life. Comment one last time. I will not be stopped. The bonus section, the war against mediocrity, why you must separate yourself from the average. Most people live average lives because they think and act like average people. They settle for less. They avoid discomfort. They follow the crowd instead of leading their own path. But here's the truth. Mediocrity is a disease. It infects the mind. It convinces people that being comfortable is enough, that settling for an average life is acceptable. But for those who desire greatness, mediocrity is the enemy. If you want to be extraordinary, you must separate yourself from the ordinary. Bonus principle. Stop thinking like everyone else. Most people never escape mediocrity because they never break free from average thinking. Here's how average people think. They chase short-term pleasures instead of long-term success. They complain about life but never change. They say they want success but refuse to work for it. Here's how the elite think. They sacrifice comfort for greatness. They move in silence while others waste time talking. They focus on building themselves every single day. You must rewire your mind to reject mediocrity. Dark psychology. Tip: the power of selective association. The truth is, you become like the people you surround yourself with. If you spend time with lazy people, you will become lazy. If you hang around negative people, you will absorb their negativity. If you listen to small-minded people, your mindset will shrink. Here's how to break free from mediocrity. Cut off weak people. If they aren't pushing you forward, they are holding you back. Protect your mind. Stop consuming garbage entertainment and start feeding your brain with knowledge. Surround yourself with winners, even if it means being alone until you find them. Try this experiment. For the next 30 days, separate yourself from negativity. Avoid gossip. Avoid small talk about useless things. Avoid people who complain but never change. You will notice something powerful. Your mindset will shift. Your confidence will grow. You will become obsessed with self-improvement. Most people stay average because they never separate themselves from average environments. If you want to rise, you must leave mediocrity behind. The ultimate mindset shift. Here's what weak people do. They settle for good enough. They surround themselves with weak-minded people. They avoid challenges instead of embracing them. Here's what strong people do. They set high standards for themselves. They push beyond what's comfortable. They separate from average people and average habits. The truth is, the world is designed to keep you average. It feeds you distractions to keep you weak. It pushes comfort to stop you from growing. It surrounds you with mediocrity so you never question it. But you have a choice. Accept an average life like everyone else. Separate yourself and become unstoppable. The second choice is the only real option. If you refuse to be average, comment below, "I am built for greatness."